Okay, today is May 31st. I just cut all these potatoes into pieces, pretty big chunks, most of them. There's a couple potatoes that were just kind of naturally small. But honestly, I didn't buy any seed potatoes. These are just potatoes from the grocery store, and I only have two varieties, which are just russets and these red potatoes. I have no idea what their true varieties are. Maybe next year we'll see about buying different ones. Maybe when we have a little bit of money to go on. But I'm just in my living room. I got a sheet over the coffee table here, and gotta let these cure for I think just a couple days until they're fairly dried out. You can see they're pretty juicy, so we want them to kind of scab over, I guess, or you know, at least stop being moist on the flesh part, because we don't want them to rot in the ground. Some of these have been in my closet for probably 4 months, so hopefully this is okay that some of them have gone this long. I mean, look at the growth on this dude, on some of these. Hopefully that's okay. That guy's just, I mean, it's like a coral reef or something. Anyways, hopefully it's alright. And some of these guys have good growth, and then others just have little teeny tiny baby bits that, will they grow? I don't know. I'm not sure. Some of them definitely will, some might not at all. But this is the first year trying to do any kind of potatoes, so I just want to see how it goes. And hopefully it goes well enough. Hopefully. Because we do like potatoes. Now I have to take you out in the garden and show you what we put in the ground today. Okay, there won't be a whole lot to look at here because we just planted a row of carrots. Probably hundreds of little carrot seeds in there, and right now the fertilizer is just sprinkled on top, but when we get a mulch, we'll kind of do our best to try to cover it so that it doesn't, you know, get washed away and stuff. And that way too, it'll filter down into the soil as it rains. The celery and onion that were planted yesterday, they look fine. You know, they still look a little rough, but not terrible, I suppose. And then also we planted 9 dark green zucchini. We're supposed to be getting some garden stakes, be able to stake all these down, hopefully. But we go through a lot of zucchini, so whether 9 plants is enough or too much or too little, I don't know yet. We'll find out. Okay, you can see how these guys are doing. It is a little hot. I don't know. I may have to get out here with the water because I watered them in yesterday, but this is sandy, very sandy soil. I mean, we did obviously, ew, you gross hog. We did obviously put some composted manure and stuff in each of the holes, but, and that guy maybe was a little rough anyways, but there's like ants and stuff in here. Oh my gosh, there's so many ants. I guess they were probably in the rotted straw. But it's a little rough looking maybe, but I think it'll be fine. Can't tell if that's a good or a bad stink bug. Probably a bad one because there's not very many good ones. So you can see the strawberries are doing really, really good. They're huge. Well, the plants are huge. Some of the strawberries are rather large too. I mean, some of them are getting definitely to be a good size. And there's lots and lots of them. I don't know if we're going to have bird pressure on them because we haven't. Last year, the birds didn't care about them. at all. Even the leftover strawberries, the birds didn't even touch the ones that we intentionally put out for them, which maybe wasn't such a smart idea. So I don't want to train them to be like, yeah, strawberries. But, you know, living here sort of in harmony with all the things I love, like birds, is kind of part of the point. So I'm not super worried about losing some of them. I just don't want to lose them to slugs and snails. Probably should get this water tester out here. So we'll see. But it does seem like I remember last year, that it was a little rough when I first put them in the ground. It took them a little bit, since they don't seem to like their roots disturbed too much. How did this jerk get on the inside? He must have crawled his way all the way through here. Alright, I'm gonna have to take care of that. That guy can't be in there. Okay, I thought I'd bring the hose over here. Since I don't have currently a soaker hose or any other way to automatically water these, I'm just gonna have to water them by hose, and I have no idea how this is gonna go because of this netting. Oh, that's fine. It makes it a little weird. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to avoid splattering the leaves. But it's cloudy today, mostly. So hopefully they shouldn't get sunburn too much, I wouldn't think. And I don't think these guys are too susceptible to soil-borne diseases. I think the cabbage looper, I think there's like some other kind of moth too, that are the biggest problems they have. But this little poor broccoli in the front, he looks kind of super sad. I mean, it is hot here on the side of the house, or on the side of the garage a little bit. But my thought is that as the season progresses, I could potentially create some shade for them, since they don't really like it too hot. Looks like I probably should have smoothed the holes over a little bit better afterwards, because it's pretty rough here and there, and big chunks of straw, and then spots that need straw. This was like the last thing we got done at the end of the day, after probably about 6.5 hours of being out here in the hot sun. We were like ready to be done. And in fact, so much so, nobody really wanted to come out here much today, but we did, and we got more planted. It's always the first month of spring or so. That's lots of work, and especially when we're just still trying to get a garden established, and I expect next year will be easier. Okay, so this is just everything's going. I'm pretty happy so far, and did get down and prune up some of the lower leaves on the tomatoes again. Dang wind. I swear the minute I come over here and try to start talking, it's like, forget it. Got to get over here and re-scrape the ground where my little weeder tool is. It's around here somewhere. It's supposed to cool off, get down into the mid-70s, I think, for the rest of the week, or at least for the next couple days. And maybe we can get out here and deal with some of these weeds, because they're really bad. How to deal with those weeds in the corners in particular. My bright idea was to put a bunch of stuff over there that it would outgrow the weeds. It's not close to outgrowing anything. In fact, I've turned it into a weed haven, because before we'd at least take the weed whacker in here and keep the weeds down. But now that I've got all kinds of stuff that I've planted in here, nobody wants to, including me, come in here and take the weeds down because we don't want to kill the things that are growing in here. And then I might have to just resign myself to finding all of the plants in there, digging them all out, setting them aside, de-weeding that whole area, putting some sort of weed fabric down or something with mulch, and then putting the plants back in. We'll see. That's probably not happening this year, but I bet you it's something that's going to happen eventually. I was thinking about doing something similar with the strawberries. There's so many things that, you know, you just shouldn't cut corners on. But live and learn. Live and learn. I'm not very good at this whole videoing thing, so I kind of feel bad to anybody that does watch it and they're hoping for some really insightful stuff, but I guess I'm just trying to document it for my family, but also to maybe show others that you don't have to be perfect or even all that well organized to just start growing some of your own food. Even now, I mean, I'm going to start some new tomato seeds because tomatoes tend to start petering out around August or so. September, they start getting diseases and stuff, which I'm going to try to keep to a minimum if I possibly can, but instead of trying to help a nearly dead tomato limp along, I'm just going to have some extras. It's for anybody that hasn't started tomato seedlings or anything. It's not too late to get them going. And especially if you start them outside, whether you start them outside in cups or probably even in the ground, they're going to grow faster than they will if you had started them indoors. The sun is just magic, you know. Don't feel discouraged. If you have a short season, like we kind of do, it's not super short, but we're in zone 5B here in West Michigan. Cucumbers, zucchini, all that stuff that we just put in the ground, I mean, those, and beans, those grow super fast. So, I mean, those, we could probably even wait another whole month to start them if we really wanted to. I'm not going to, but you could. I need to get some watermelon and pumpkin seeds. Not sure if we're going to just put those in the middle between where we put the onions and celery and stuff in that row of tomatoes, or if we just find another little nook to dig them out a little bit and just let them go nuts into the yard. I haven't really decided on that yet. Originally I was going to put them on the end over there, but that's where I plan on doing potatoes. Alright, I've been talking long enough on here, so thanks for watching. Thanks for the patience, and God bless. I'll see you later.